Testimony for Senate Bill 160. I approve of this bill as long as we can get some things pinpointed down and be sure that there is truth and not lies in the court reports and reports turned in. Clear and convincing evidence. It means there needs to be from multiple sources that a parent or both parents cannot care for the children. If at least one parent can take care of the children and protect the children from harm, the family should remain together. Here is what I'm talking about. In our deal, they were saying I am unfit because I'm in a wheelchair and I have mental health issues. Here's the problem. The psychiatrist says I have no mental health issues and that I can clearly take care of our daughters. My doctors said that I can take care of our daughters. So, with keeping our daughters out of our home, Kansas and Sedgwick County Juvenile Court have now violated the American Disability Act. Now, in reference to my husband, their father, David, he is a retired, disabled Air Force veteran. Our court-appointed attorneys and the social worker said because he is a disabled veteran, he is an unfit parent. They didn't give any reasons as to why he's an unfit parent, just that he is an unfit parent. And I asked why, and they said, well, he can't take care of him by himself. I said, that's not his job. With our religious beliefs, I am the primary caregiver. And I know with his disability, he cannot be the primary caregiver. But in the state, it doesn't say that if one parent can't be the primary caregiver, then the children should not be in the home. Because if that's the case, then the custodian house, the one custodian is blind, cannot see that Angel is throwing a seizure, so he cannot be a primary caregiver. The point of this bill is keeping the families together. And you disrespect the military, besides that you violate the American Disability Act, with saying just because he's a disabled vet, he cannot take care of his children. Now, we had a social worker that she told us from the get-go, my job is to be sure your children never go home. Even though I stated the law is only children that are abused, life-threatening abuse, never go home. She said, nope, my job is to make sure your children never go home. So yes, at meetings, she got taken to task by her supervisor, but nothing was done because she did not have paperwork filled out properly. She always stated we did not do court orders. Yet we spent over $3,000 on court orders. Our attorneys refused to fix what was wrong in the court orders, in the court reports. We bent over backwards. The things that she hated was I found the psychiatrist that we had to go through TRICARE Prime. So the base found the psychiatrist. We used the base for some of our court orders after we spent over $3,000. She did not like that. The social worker also did not like it that the other social worker that was doing the visitation was stating the children should go home. The children should go home. So those court reports disappeared. Our attorneys refused to look at them. The social worker, I don't know why he didn't do it, but he did not keep a copy for himself. But there was one visitation because he was getting ready to start doing non-supervised and allow our daughters to come home on weekends. So the supervisor, the social worker that never wanted our children to come home, the weekend of our daughters going to the muscular dystrophy camp, she did that visitation. And after that, we had to go back to 2 social workers, but she also physically abused our daughters at that visitation, and she would not allow us to look at their arms. She also stated that she called the police, but yet the police never arrived. And I asked an officer, I said, if you're called out and the social worker greets you at the front of the community, will you still go back and talk to the parents? They said, yeah. So I said, if no officer came back and talked to us, he said, then no officer was dispatched and more than likely a call was never made. So she constantly lied. She lied. Her goal was to keep our daughters out of our home, and they're paying the price today. This is why I said there's things that have got to be pinpointed down. There's got to be proof that the person's unfit, because I've got documents. Just the court would not accept them because they said I could take care of my kids. That violates the American Disability Act. How much longer is Kansas and Sedgwick County Juvenile Court going to continue to violate federal laws and the American Disability Act by keeping children out of their home? Children with special needs, or the children have a parent with special needs. It's time for families to be put back together. Families should always stay together unless you can prove the abuse, that the parent is truly unfit. No more wrongfully keeping them out of the home just so that you can get the most federal money from the federal government. Please send our daughters home and make this bill stronger by spelling out exactly what has to take place in order to keep the child or children out of the home. Thank you.